This time on One Foot Flipper, we're going to look at the exciting world of packing sheets and invoices and why you shouldn't be using them.
One Foot Flipper.
Hi, Paige here, the One Foot Flipper, and today we're going to talk about invoices and packing slips. You know, I know before you go away, I know that's the most interesting topic in the world, but there's not a lot of videos on it, and a lot of people have different opinions about it, and very few people have actually studied or thought about the issue too much. They're just continuing to do what they did in this area with no real thought to it, and I'd like everybody to think about it a little bit. So I'm going to have 4 points, going to spruce the sales in between here and there. It's only 9 items because it's only a one-day video. It's been less than 24 hours since I shot my last one, so you won't have to sit through a bunch of huge amount of sales. Just a few. Oh, sorry. Before I get started, I should say that I am not in favor of invoices or packing slips in packages at all. I'm just not. And now we're going to go over why. First reason why I don't like invoices is that every single step that you can eliminate from your eBay process or reselling process makes you more profitable. No packing sheet takes a step out of your process. That's one less thing you're doing for every order every day. And just that alone makes you more profitable long term. You're not spending time making these sheets, printing out these sheets, putting these pieces of paper in the packages, or refilling the printer. You're not spending time doing any of that, and every minute you don't spend doing that is another minute you can spend sourcing metal dragons and Tupperware that you can then list and ship on eBay. No time wasted with paper. You don't even have to do it. I sold this Magic the Gathering Elspeth versus Cura oversized playmat. This sold for $17.28. This is designed for both players to use it at once, and there was also a specific deck you could buy that had the same theme to it, although the deck was terrible. But all pre-generated collectible card game decks are terrible. That's kind of the point. If you could purchase a good one, you wouldn't go out and purchase hundreds of packs in order to build a good one, now would you? Look out, Beanie Baby sale. Humphrey, the plush camel. Oh, sorry, he's a Beanie Buddy, not a baby, because he's bigger. But either way, he sold for $7.85. You could tell that this was owned by somebody who knew their stuff because it's got a tag protector, mint with mint tags. $7.85 today, but at one time this was $800. I've got no idea, but probably. And third thing, is sold this as a Magic the Gathering factory set of the Brothers War. You can get these Magic the Gathering factory sets by completing a complete set of the cards on Magic Online, and then you pay a fee, and they take the cards out of your online game, and they send these to you. I bought these from a friend about 6 months ago. I don't buy single Magic cards anymore, but I will buy sealed products from my friends who, if they just, they want to give me, I'll give them a couple more bucks than the store down the street will give them, so it works out for both of us, and it's not the same sort of labor or volatility invested in having single cards, so that doesn't bother me at all. All right, your next reason I'm going to talk about packing sheets is that a lot of people think that they're going to put a coupon on their packing sheet, and that's going to make the whole thing worthwhile. How many of you have ever received those coupons? How many of you have ever used those coupons? Now, I've tested this both extensively, both with a website that I used to manage, and I tested it with 1,000 straight eBay orders. The website coupon would get used. It would get used frequently. But the only people who were using it were people who ordered all the time anyway. So all that was doing was lowering the margin on existing orders. These frequent flyers, they order 2-3 times a month anyway. That coupon just took money off their order. They would have ordered with or without the coupon code. However, on eBay, I sent out a coupon code with 1,000 straight orders, and that coupon code was never redeemed one time. Not once. 0 sales from that coupon code. Matter of fact, I've also put public coupon codes out on eBay for 2, 3, 4, or 5 days or a week, and also had 0 ones. Literally right there in the listing, you just type it in. They don't do it. Coupons, not the greatest. All right, what else do we sell? I sold this vintage orange speckle ashtray, $8.46. This is probably a 50-cent garage sale pickup. Ashtrays sell because most stores don't sell ashtrays anymore, but a lot of people still smoke, and they don't let kids make ashtrays for school projects anymore either, so there's just not as many of them out there as there used to be. Sold this Warhammer 40,000 Astra Militarium Forge World. That means some part on here or the whole thing came from the aftermarket of Forge World Hellhound tank, and this sold for $100. It did sell via promoted listings though, so three extra of those dollars are gonna go to eBay. Still worth it though. And I sold this one's a viewer sale going out to Paula, Fat Grandma Finds. She bought the Gans personalized balloon Christmas ornament. She got a blank one so she could write her granddaughter's name in on her own. I've got these available with blanks. I've got these available with common names pre-printed, or you can also have my wife write the name on there. She said, "Hey Paige, my granddaughter's name is unusual, Presley, that it's impossible to find an ornament with her name on it. So this will be perfect. I looked before, but I couldn't see a blank one, but I found them this time, so yay." What does your wife use to write the name on with? My wife uses, on this particular ornament, we use a red fine Sharpie on this ornament. And if you mess up, you can wipe it off, or you can simply go over it with super fine grit sandpaper, like 600 plus, get it wet, give it a little sanding, it'll take the name right back off, and you can try again. Because we've messed a few up, especially when I do it. Thanks a lot, Paula, Fat Grandma Finds. Always love to hear from you, and she's got a great channel. I'll put a link to it down below in the description. Your third reason you don't want to use packing slips is you don't want to poke the bear. I found you don't want to do anything to remind the customer of the sale after the sale is complete. You don't want to go and leave feedback for a 3-week-old order. You don't want to wait until the customer gets the order to leave feedback. You want to leave feedback right away or not at all. You don't want to go leaving that feedback and reminding them about that order. The same thing, you don't need that packing slip flopping around their house reminding them of that order. They probably threw the box away as soon as they open it up. But the packing slip could stay around, it could stay with the item, it could get filed away, and then later on, it could remind them where they bought it so that they can return it. Because some people buy a lot of things. Some people buy a lot of things. There are people, and I'm sure a lot of your customers buy a lot of things, and they don't remember where they get them all. And if there's no packing slip sitting around to remind them of it, and they're running low on money or getting the return itch, they'll return something else instead of your item. Probably something from Amazon. The packing sheet can also cause an argument between spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, people living in the basement, when that person sees that packing sheet and sees how much money was spent on the item. I mean, sure, I don't think you should lie to your spouse or significant other or the people living in your basement, but the packing slip shows the real price, and those arguments couldn't be good for your business, and they're definitely not good for your customer. And that can also force returns on the item. When the wife sees that Bill paid $119 for this giant and not $15 like he said, maybe she'll force him to return it. Maybe she'll return it herself. You don't want that. You don't need that. That's their family problem. You don't need to help have that problem happen. Packing slips can even lead to negative feedback or claims. It could be that the customer misremembers the price they paid for the item, and they're looking at the packing slip and it doesn't match up with what's in their head. Bam, you can have some sort of claim against you, some sort of negative feedback, saying, "Paige ripped me off. I remember I bought this item for $7, but it says I paid $9.41 on the packing slip. He ripped me off." That'll happen. Not your fault, but once again, you're reminding them of that. All right, let's do a few more sales. Sold this Warhammer 40,000 vintage Eldar Warlock. Super cool paint job. Dropped him. My friend Ed painted this. I bought his collection when he passed away. He sold for $13.49. I took it. It was on a 10% off offer. Original price was $14.99. I sold this Pico Quick Kit Model Train Scenery, $87.29. This got a 10% markdown, and then I changed to 3% monthly markdowns, and I got one of those. So that's how it got to $87.29 plus shipping. Not a bad flip at all. All right, finally, biggest sale of the day. I sold one pack of 24 trading cards, first edition, and this is going international. So the buyer probably paid over $20 to have this $2.61 pack of cards sent to them. Not my fault. I can't help that, but I hate when the shipping massively overwhelms the price of the item. That's just no fun for me. And speaking of massively overwhelming prices, the cost for packing slips is real. People don't think it's real because it doesn't seem like there's any cost to it. Oh, but just print up a piece of paper. There is real cost to putting up packing slips. Now, I'm going to assume that you are the average full-time reseller, and you sell 20 items a day, and we're going to say 10 of them are light, under a pound, and 10 of them are heavy, over a pound. That's just for ease of making calculations. The number we get to at the end is going to vary for every particular person, but the important part is that it's a real number. It's not free. Now, packing slips aren't free, and they're not weightless. You got a small item, sending this balloon out to Paula. 1 in 25 packing sheets that you put in order is going to send that under 1 pound order to the next weight class. Or maybe it's a heavier thing. This Brothers War card set. 1 in 100 times when you put the packing sheet in there, it's going to send this item to the next weight class. When it happens for the light item, it costs you about 43 cents. When it happens to heavier item, it costs you more like $1.50. And overall, that leads to an average cost for the packing slip, just for the weight of it, of 1.5 cents per order. And the weight changes alone are going to cost you $62.76 per year on your light packages, and $54.75 on your heavy packages. But the sheets don't produce themselves for free either. The packing sheet's going to cost you about a nickel to produce. And I'm getting that number using the most generous estimates I could find for using a mid-size home laser jet printer. You might have something a little more economical, but it's more likely you have something that's much more expensive, especially if you're using an inkjet. And I'm not actually counting the cost of the printer or the paper here. I'm just counting the ink, or the toner cost. If it was ink, it's going to be way higher. But that leads to $365 in printing costs per year for those packing slips. And that, for this hypothetical average full-time seller, leads to a total packing slip cost per year of $482.51. Would you like to have $482.51? I wouldn't mind having $482.51. And what if I just told you you could have that by this date next year if you just stopped using packing slips and invoices? It's really that easy. That's all you have to do, is stop using them. All right, let me know in the comments how stupid I am about this, because I'm sure some people will have some strong opinions about it. Most of you don't care. Probably most of you don't even use packing slips and have thus didn't even click on this video. Guess we'll see. Hey, thanks for coming out. Hope to see you again soon.
See, that's One Foot Flipper's nonsense video.